When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
Good afternoon and welcome to, or good evening rather. Welcome to a special edition of the Make We Talk program. Pipe bombs discovered, a dangerous signal for Jamaica. This evening I have with me my good friend, former journalist of Roots 96.1 FM, a sports commentator in his own right, Mr. Dudley Thompson. Welcome to the program, Dudley.
Thank you, Jeffrey. All right, thanks, Jeffrey. Thanks.
We're waiting the arrival of Mr. Michael Williams to be on the program with us too. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this program as we discuss Jamaica, as we discuss what is going on in the land of wood and water. As I've always said on this program, that our beloved nation is knocking behind Haiti's back door. Other people say I should stop saying it. And people may think that when I come on air, I'm a member of a political party. I am not one to be a member of any political party. But Jamaica is in a dangerous situation right now. Dudley, based on what you're hearing, I'm going to play a news clipping. And Mr. Thompson, based on what you're hearing about this, what is your opinion on them finding pipe bombs in Jamaica and nobody has been arrested?
As I kept on saying, even on my days, saying the same thing over and over on Roots FM. How can something like this pass through our customs and there is no record of a sender or a receiver? I keep on finding it very strange because why I say that? Because the fact that
before you go any further, Mr. Thompson, let's make it clear. They did not find this at the Kingston Wharf or any wharf, you know. They found it in Tivoli Garden in an open property apart to what I'm hearing.
Yes, but was it locally produced or was it imported? That's
a very good question.
What I'm getting to understand, it wasn't locally manufactured. And again, if these things are coming into the island, did it come through the legal ports or the illegal ports? That's the question. And if it comes through the illegal port, that means Jamaica's our borders need stronger security. And again, if it comes through the legal ports, something's wrong because so often, look at the scenario. If you go to one of those remittance service to send even $100, you have to give name and address of the sender and the receiver and everything. But these things can come into the island, both bombs and illegal guns. And there's no record of a sender or a receiver. Something is wrong with that scenario. It cannot have these things come in the country, containers. And it cannot hold the sender and receiver. That's a serious problem in this country.
I agree with you.
That's a problem. And if it is manufactured and if they are manufactured locally, is even more serious. That means persons are in abroad and want to do likewise in Jamaica.
But Mr. Thompson, the question must be asked though. Is it that I was speaking to a person who knows about security more than I do?
Mm-hmm.
And they said to me, Mr. Tavares, the Jamaican government don't have a track of all the deportees that come back to Jamaica. You know? And
No.
majority of them are sophisticated in things that they can do and not do.
What I've been learning like other countries,
Mm.
in outside Jamaica, you have what you call legal address. Meaning in some countries, if you live somewhere at a particular place and you haven't changed to a different location, you have to go to the post office and register your legal address. That's not a law in Jamaica.
Well,
it keep here in Jamaica, but there's no fixed address. So you can here in Jamaica living, and there's no record of your legal address. That's something Jamaica need to address seriously. Every Jamaican must have a legal address. So you can find persons when you want to find them.
And not only that, you know, Dudley, it cannot be that we have a country, have laws in the country, and then you hear about these containers being found by members of the JCF and military, the JCF and members of the Jamaica Defense Force.
And no arrest.
And no arrest. I want to play something for you.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I want to play something for you and for our listening audience and viewing audience of what is going on in Jamaica. A news clipping that was sent to me. I think it's from Jamaica's Nationwide. Let me play it for you, make it hear, because this is serious.
Pipe bomb discovery a dangerous sign for Jamaica, expert security specialist, Captain Robert Hibbert, says the discovery of a container packed with hundreds of items believed to be pipe bombs could spell danger for Jamaicans. The 320 devices that are suspected to be explosive were found at a premises on Darling Street in West Kingston on Monday afternoon. Captain Hibbert, who lectures in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University, Captain Hibbert spoke with Nationwide.
One of the main things that is going to happen now is that if these are pipe bombs, we're looking at a turn in our criminal behavior. We're looking at moving closer, not just crime, but we're looking towards terrorism. And that would be scary for anybody else.
You hear what the man says, Mr. Thompson? I'm going to play the entire thing, you know.
Not crime, terrorism.
There you go. You hear what he said? Not crime anymore, you know. Terrorism. So is it that one of these days we may get up and hear, God forbid, that a building in Jamaica is blown up by
and
some pipe bombs?
And some group claim responsibility like overseas.
Is that the case? Let us continue to listen to what the gentleman said on the news network.
He says these devices could now be used as weapons to attack high-value targets.
These weapons can now be used to attack high-profile people and high-profile targets.
They're dangerous because they can be easily concealed and can be placed anywhere, and most people wouldn't recognize them for what they are. It implies that they could be used especially against high-value targets, if I may use that term. And
I hear you struggling, Lecturer Hibbert, because you recognize the implications that this would introduce in Jamaica.
Yes, and especially for the security forces.
Captain Hibbert says the criminal use of this device would have a grave economic impact on the country.
It is a scary thought. I'm thinking of light, water, and certain other offices that may be important to the running of the country. Those would be targets that you could direct such devices at.
Captain Robert Hibbert, lecturer in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University. Meanwhile, head of the Constabulary Communications Unit, CCU, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, says the police are carrying out testing on the devices to determine if they are in fact pipe bombs.
When I spoke with the investigators, we had a discussion with the commanding officer. We have found explosives before. It's the first time they are seeing these that were found.
So
320 pipe bombs found on Darling Street, West Kingston. I mean, we're now seeing bombings into wars now in the world. And now we're seeing pipe bombs being found in Kingston, Jamaica. Not a good sign. As what the guy said on the clip there, we're moving away from crime to terrorism. And not a good sign at all for Jamaica.
But Mr. Thompson, I hope we get the other guests to come on. This is sending a serious signal.
But I want to dissect how did we get to this point? Because if you can go back to 1962, Jamaica's murder rate was 3.9 per 100,000. The lowest in the entire world. Up to 2002, we were at 40 per 100,000. The highest, one of the highest in the world.
And now,
how would we get to this point in almost 60 years?
Dudley, let me say something to you.
Well, someone is commenting saying someone trying to stop the election.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Dudley is not the first somebody said it to me. As a matter of fact, I said it to a friend of mine. I said, I wonder if this thing is coming into the country because there's something planned that the election should call. Let me read something to you here. Jamaica's murder rate in 2011 was 1,133. In 2012 was 1,102. In 2023, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,202. In 2024, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,005. In 2015 rather. In 2015,
oh, you're frightened me.
Jamaica's murder rate rather. In 2015, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,208. In 2016, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,354. In 2017, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,647. In 2018, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,287. In 2019, 2019, yes, Jamaica's murder rate was 1,336. In 2020, 1,323. In 2021, 1,447. In 2022, 1,498. And before the end of 2023, it's projected that Jamaica's murder rate will go to nearly 1,600.
It's now 1,440.
And I'm pretty much sure they haven't put on the quadruple and triple and triple murders that happened before.
And look at this now. In 2022, Jamaican have one of the highest homicide rate in Latin America and the Caribbean at 52.9%. Ahead of Venezuela, Trinidad, Honduras, Colombia, Ecuador, Mexico, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, and Guyana.
And now,
the homicide, we're out ahead of these countries.
And now, Jamaica, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, along with the Jamaica Defense Force have found a container with pipe bombs in it in West Kingston, the constituency of the Minister of you know what? The Minister of Local Government, Mr. Desmond McKenzie. Now, we are not saying Mr. McKenzie is aware of this. What we are saying, it does not look good for the country.
No.
And it's time for the people who is governing this country to take the crime situation in our country seriously. The pipe bombs must have come from somewhere.
Well,
and I think the Minister of National Security, along with the Commissioner of Police, love to use these terms, and the Deputy Commissioner of Police, that no stone will left unturned. But I hope no stone is left unturned to find out where that container came from. How is it that pipe bombs have been? How is it that pipe bombs coming to the country? Is it
320?
320 pipe bombs. Is it that they plan to do some terrorist attack on the nation of Jamaica? Where is it coming from?
It sounds so.
And the Minister of National Security and Injustice, listen to me, hasn't even addressed the nation pertaining to it?
No, that is serious.
Huh? Nothing addressed.
That is serious.
How come, Mr. Thompson? Continue talking for me.
Well, you have some persons here who are commenting on your chat room. I think Petro E saying all this administration has done is to sit on there pretending to tackle crime. They have achieved a part of their goal to further destabilize Jamaica. That's from Petro E. What would be the goal of terrorism in Jamaica? PM, the first person I hear calling Jamaicans goal terrorists after the bombing. Wow. They got there to Petra T and Sing Sign saying those pipe bombs are built in Tivoli Gardens. They got all the training. Wow. This is serious. And
it is more than serious, Dudley. And we who live in the diaspora must demand that the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, especially the Minister of National Security, address the nation in this, because this is some serious weapons. They can put these pipe bombs somewhere, and the Jamaicans do not know what that is. And all of a sudden the place just blow up. You done it?
Yeah, I'm thinking, boy, it's threatening. I mean, it is nerve-wracking.
Dudley, when you're talking, don't watch the comments for now. Let us continue talking. They'll comment.
No, I'm saying it is nerve-wracking. It's scary.
Yes.
To know that one community in Kingston, a discovery of 320 pipe bombs in one community.
Imagine if they did not rediscover those pipe bombs. What would have happened?
You would hear about bomb threats. You'll be seeing buildings being blown up like in other countries. And then now we start to blame migrants, immigrants, and then now you'd hear all kind of things. Here say it's politically motivated. Here is all kind of thing, but it's serious. We don't know the source and the reason, but it's scary.
It is more than scary, Mr. Thompson.
Because as a gentleman said in the clip, we are now going away from the regular shooting, now to bombing, and that is no longer we call street or gang warfare. It's now terrorism, and that is very serious. That is scary.
You know what really get to me is that when these things happen, you don't hear nothing from the Commissioner of Police now. In any other modern democracy, they find something like this is a press conference called already pertaining to it.
All we heard that they're investigating to see what kind of chemicals are in these pipe bombs. But I mean, we need more than just that. Somebody make the order. Somebody
Who
sell
made
them.
the order?
Somebody ship them. That
Yes.
should be the priority. Who made the order? Who shipped them? Which company did the shipping? That must be the order of the day.
And who is it coming to in Jamaica?
Who's coming to Jamaica? Every Jamaican must have a legal address. If it must come to an address. It can't come in a space.
Not only that, you know, when a container is being shipped from the United States or any part of the world, there's a bill of lading number with the name of the person and address and whatever. And the bill of lading number can trace back to anywhere in the United States, anywhere in South Africa, anywhere it's coming from.
That should be going on as we speak. To try and try to hold the persons who are sending this thing to the country.
So the question must be asked of the higher authorities. Is it that you don't have the capability to track these containers coming from overseas?
It's a serious, man. It too often now.
Former Jamaican ambassador to the United Nations, Mr. Curtis Ward, gave Jamaica an idea. I think he even went and got the photograph of the system where they can scan containers coming into Jamaica. At that time, it was about a couple million for it. And nobody, neither the PNP nor the JLP, did not take up former Jamaican ambassador to the United Nations, Curtis Ward, Mr. Curtis Ward, on what he was saying. And now they have all of these containers coming to the country. All of these containers coming to the country. And they have made an arrest. No arrest at all. So is it that we, the people of Jamaica, must wait until these hoodlums, or whoever may be, plant a pipe bomb somewhere around Kingston, or somewhere around Manchester, or around Negril, and blow the living hell out of the people before the nation hear from the Prime Minister or the Minister of National Security?
And that would be too so sad. They need to be proactive, not reactive in this situation. The thing now, look at the sad part right now. Look at the sad part right now.
Yes.
They found this container with 320 pipe bombs. The question must be asked: is it the first shipment such come to Jamaica?
That's a very good question.
Pipe bombs laying around it we don't know about?
Very good question.
They select the guns, you know. They might catch a container of guns in the past, but how many passed through them they didn't see? They catch this one, but is it the only one? That's the question.
That's a very good question, sir.
This is serious.
And obviously, you know, I'm not going to say that the JCF don't take this serious, you know. They must have taken it serious. But what I don't understand, what you keep on saying, Dudley Thompson, why they can't find out where this is coming from? Why there's not an arrest of what is going on? Is it that
bugged me for years? It bugged me for years.
Is it that somebody of the effluence of society in Jamaica is involved in all of these bloody things that is going on in the country?
Somebody from the boom farm.
Yes, the people
why they don't want
to of society.
But I still cannot understand. I cannot get how comes a container can come to this country. Is the record of a sender and a receiver. I don't get it. And if you're going to a remittance send a $50, you have to give your name, your ID, send a receiver for the money can't send.
You know something, Dudley?
You know container value millions.
You know what came to my mind a while ago? Do you remember when former, I think he was superintendent of police, Renito Adams, Mr. Renito Adams said that Jamaica will be paying dearly?
Yes.
And everybody take Renito Adams, what he said, for a grain of salt. Nobody took this man seriously. And this is what is going on now. We are paying dearly what is going on in Jamaica.
Mhm. When I keep on seeing in Jamaica about every time they have a flare up in Jamaica, the Prime Minister called state of emergency.
Yes.
They must understand, say, it serves a purpose, but it cannot solve crime. When a person want to commit crime, they have the will, the intention, the opportunity. The
True.
emergency, it take away the opportunity, but not the will and the intention.
Mm-hmm.
So soon as the thing is lifted and create the opportunity, the crime starts all over again. So
Yes,
it's
true.
a temporary lull. It don't solve. We don't need a temporary lull. We need something that can minimize crime in this country.
Hmm.
The temporary lull is only a short-term thing.
Yes.
It don't really solve crime. It does get a temporary lull for a time until it's lifted. And then it's back to normal.
And when you hear that come out with all of these things, the people believe that what they're doing is really solving crime. But if the Jamaican people should know the true figures of how many Jamaicans are being murdered every day, then they will all take to the streets of Jamaica and say enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police is not telling the nation of Jamaica the true figures of Jamaicans that is being murdered. And now you're hearing of pipe bombs discovered, sending a serious signal for Jamaica. A country of 3 million people, a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
We don't manufacture guns, we don't manufacture pipe bombs. Yet guns and pipe bombs are coming to the country. And we're celebrating 61 years of independence. Is our people safe, Mr. Thompson? Will you say the Jamaican people are safe?
No.
Elaborate on that for me, sir.
Not safe at all. I was trying to understand crime in Jamaica and other countries. I do that thing in another country recently that have a zero crime rate. A country like in the Caribbean here, it's called St. Bart's in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
The crime rate is almost zero. And somebody asked, and what Jamaica need to do is to create communities that can be easily policed. Like for instance, in this part of the country, you cannot be the fence above like 4 feet. Why? Mm-hmm. When the police are patrolling,
they
must have to see your premises.
Yes.
Jamaica have this high zinc fence where and crimes all take bear down with them high zinc fence. And the high-rise building where people can't go into. You have places where Jamaica police cannot go. For example, whenever there's crime in Augustown,
mm-hmm.
the criminals take to the hills and the police can't go up there.
Yes.
So while the police are on the flat trying to maintain the thing on the flat, all the people who are involved are up on the hills. All right?
Yes.
So, and these are the thing. And you have communities in other places where it have to be policed. You cannot have a country where certain St. Bart's, St. Bart's.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You have certain communities in Jamaica that police couldn't go like if you have no TV guard over the years. Mm-hmm. Police couldn't TV guard for years. You cannot have a country where communities are off limit to police.
Cannot have
that.
Do you remember the 2010? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Every single every and again, Jamaica have too many informal communities.
Yes.
Where law enforcement don't have an angle and these places. Too much in Jamaica.
And nothing has been done over the years for it.
Nothing because people are allowed to squat for a political purpose on both sides. On both sides, you know that, on both sides. So squatting is a part of the political process because everybody wants pad to get the votes election time.
But the
So
question was,
squatting has been encouraged indirectly for a political purpose. And now they become crime dens in Jamaica.
yes. But the question must be asked, Dudley Thompson. Is these pipe bombs into the country for a reason? That the election call certain things happen? Are we going back to the trend of the 1980s?
But I'm not even sure if I'm not sure if these bombs are for election or for a bigger purpose, honestly.
Yes.
Because Jamaica now, the years of political fighting is no longer in Jamaica. What you know seeing in Jamaica now instead of is more gang warfare, is more scamming, and is more extortion in Jamaica now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no longer a man who came on because of PNP and JLP. That was back in the 80s. Election we call, yes, and they might see somebody use the election period as an excuse to attack an old enemy, because that become known for that period. But now in Jamaica now it's more scamming, gang warfare for turf and extortion. So maybe some gang want to have an edge. Maybe I'm more for extortion. Say where if you don't pay X amount, we're going to plant a bomb in a building.
So you don't believe that maybe this pipe bomb that they found in Tivoli Garden in Kingston, Jamaica, you don't believe it is for some political thing?
I don't know. I'm more. My view, I'm more think it's more for extortion. If you don't pay X amount, you plant a bomb into your building. When you go man, the building blow up. I'm more thinking along that line.
So you don't think that, God forbid, it's for some other buildings where people gather?
Well, I know Jamaica don't have a culture.
But you don't know. No. Hold on here, Dudley.
No, we don't have a culture of that.
We don't have a culture of that, yes. But you do not know the mindset of these people nowadays. We can't think 4 years back, you know. We have to think forward. And what is going on in other countries nowadays? We have to take this seriously.
Because year gone by in Jamaica, gang warfare. When gangs was fighting, it just among gangs. But now, them can't catch you, they go after your family.
Right.
That's something we import from overseas. So that creeping to Jamaica since the last, say, 10, 15 years.
And that is what I'm saying to you.
A man can't catch you, him go after your family, your mother or your sister or your brother or your best friend.
Right, and that's what I'm saying to you right now.
So you're saying now the gangs, the bomb thing now might be creeping into Jamaica now. That was here up to a couple years ago.
There you go.
That could be a possibility.
There you go. Because the fact of the matter is, we have never heard about, well, maybe they did, but they haven't said to the public. But we have never heard about pipe bombs being found in Jamaica, pipe bombs being damaging certain places in Jamaica, or whatever. We have never heard about it.
When I was in Jamaica during the coverage of the Tivoli incursion,
yes,
I went into Tivoli Gardens during that incursion with soldiers.
Yes.
And they showed us some little metal fragments that they say were there to make bombs to attack the soldiers.
What?
Yeah, in Tivoli Gardens, yeah, they showed us those during their incursion. But it wasn't a big scare. It was like men try to make a thing for throw on people.
Right.
But when it comes to, but no, when they say it be made imported now, that's a serious case. That means there's some big money behind that.
Here you go.
And if you can put a cost to that importation of those 38 320 cocktail bombs, is not that a small man thing.
Somebody never let us start
big money behind that thing. So
Somebody,
like a man on the street can import a container, a cocktail bomb. Somebody who have some dollars have to be behind this. Yeah, a man on the street can import that.
And don't you think right now, Dudley, as a journalist, Jamaica's lack of investigative journalism nowadays. From the late Wilmot Perkins and Babatunde with Lady Barbara Bluden passed away. Jamaica has no investigative journalism anymore.
No, but I tell you what happened in Jamaica now. You have journalists who are willing to do it,
Yes.
but they've been blocked by the owners of some media houses. That's the reality.
Oh.
Yes. I know journalists in Jamaica now who are prepared to do it, but the owners of the houses are saying, no, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
So you're saying the owners of the media houses are saying to the journalists, don't investigate certain things, just leave it alone.
Right, right.
You know, I got a call yesterday evening from one of my viewers here on the Make We Talk program here on YouTube. And he said to me he was speaking to a main media house in Jamaica. And there were, he said to them, what about the investigation of the illicit six? And the person who owned the media house turned to him and said, look here, that's important to us.
Yes, I think I have an idea. Oh, yes.
I think you know who I'm talking, eh?
Yes.
So if we don't have investigative journalism in Jamaica, Mr. Thompson, aren't we in a serious position in our country to come on to mainstream media?
Very, very serious.
And yet they're saying that the people on the Make We Talk program and other programs, they're giving fake news.
No, we're giving the real news.
Because the minister of misinformation, you know, he loves to come on and say that the people on social media getting paid from the People's National Party.
Well,
and he will not come out and tell the people of this country the true figure of how many Jamaicans are being gunned down like blackbird in their country, where his prime minister, his leader, his boss, tell the people of Jamaica that he will make them see with the windows and door open. A man treading the dead like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the country that we're talking about for a 2030 vision, where pipe bombs can be found in a container in Tivoli Garden and nobody's arrested?
Well, somebody asked me a while ago about how to solve Jamaica's crime problem.
Yes.
It's almost next to impossible. Why? You cannot solve crime in this country with a corrupt police force.
And a corrupt parliament.
And a corrupt parliament. I said something in the past, but I hope it be possible. Hope it might be a reality that I think Jamaica needs some police officers who are not Jamaican.
Well, that would be totally impossible.
Right. You know, we cannot solve crime in this country with a corrupt police force. Cannot. Murty said this years ago, and it's now true.
Who?
Murty Perkins.
Yes.
Jamaicans believe that Jamaica have a good force with a few bad police. But it's the other way around. We have a corrupt force with few good officers.
Mm.
You have good police in Jamaica with a corrupt force.
And the few good ones who would love to see the country be the place the country want to be.
They are the minority.
They are the minority, and they're the one who are being pushed out.
Right.
And you know, I'm gonna go back to what Mr. Renito Adams said in a press conference. Jamaica is gonna pay dearly for what is going on. And we are paying for it. We are paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
This evening, or yesterday evening, you can read the newspaper. Pipe bombs discovered, sending a dangerous signal for Jamaica. Pipe bombs discovered, sending a dangerous signal for the country of Jamaica that we so dearly love.
There's something in Jamaica that people are not seeing. So up in front of us, look at this now, Jamaica now. Jamaica have a large police force of about 10,000 officers.
Nearly 15 now.
All right. And when they come on to elect a commissioner, they go to the army. You have 15,000 Jamaicans in the police force. And not one is qualified to head the force for the last 5 years. Something wrong with that picture. You have to go to the army to find. You have to go to the army So why is it that a police officer cannot be commissioner in Jamaica again?
And look at this one.
Serious problem in Jamaica, I know.
Very serious problem.
It's very serious. What's the message you're saying to the police? Police saying you cannot be to the head of this organization as a police officer.
And what they do,
have to be
what they do, along with the government of Jamaica, is to put a gag order and a stop order at the port for Corporal Rowan James. Corporal James can't allow to go anywhere. You are there. They are there trying their endeavor best to put Corporal James out of a job. While bombs are coming to the country. And the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police can't tell the nation where the bomb is coming from. Or who have they arrested anybody.
All I want to talk about is PR news. About crime is down in Mount Salem. One area, Mount Salem.
Crime is down in Mount Salem.
Jamaica need solution, not PR news. We don't need the PR.
And that is why
Jamaica have a crime problem.
A very serious one.
Crime problem. When Jamaica's homicide rate can be number 1 in Latin America and the Caribbean, and South St. Andrew division can be seen as the murder capital of the world, something wrong with Jamaica.
And you know the funny thing?
South St. Andrew.
Is it South St. Andrew the Prime Minister constituency?
Yes, but part of it is Seavert Gardens, Tower Hill, Spanish Town Road, Seaview, back to Duane Park. Yes.
So in other words, it's 3 constituencies. We have Angela Brownberg, Andrew Holness, and Anthony Hilton.
Right. And that police PD is seen as the world's murder capital.
Mm.
How can we solve that issue? We don't need a PR about crime down in Mount Salem. We don't need that. We need how can we tackle the one.
It's 8 o'clock.
And crime is not down in Mount Salem. It's because it's the Minister of National Security and the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Indefense. It's because of his constituency why they're saying that. Because I keep on saying, how is it that the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica, and the Minister of National Security, how is it that his constituency has so much crime rate, and he's still Minister of National Security? How can he manage to, no, this is a joke.
No,
this is a joke in this country.
No, as I kept on saying in Jamaica, you have persons are in the house, but in the wrong portfolio. For instance, the Minister of Security is a medical doctor. The Minister of Health is a PR practitioner.
Yes.
Where you find that? Where you find that? The Minister of Health is a PR practitioner, and the Minister of Security is a medical doctor.
Is there something wrong with our country? Something is wrong with this country of ours, and if we don't do something about it, if we, the people who have the powers in our hands, don't something about it, then God help this country.
Right. Why so many things happening in Jamaica? Why over the past week, which is very serious.
It is
very, very, very serious.
Go ahead.
I'm going to switch a bit. They found, all right, this gentleman now, he was suspected of a stolen vehicle, and they found 11 vehicles on the man premises.
Go again.
11 vehicles were found on the man premises in Clarendon, and it's been held for stolen vehicle and all these things.
My God.
Yeah, I mean it is serious. And all right, this lingering thing about the 6 parliamentarians and 28 public officials who are yet to declare their asset to the Integrity Commission. Still ongoing in this country. But we saw a long-time case now where a long-time parliamentarian, Ralston Smith, is to go before the court for a similar offense. For breaching, for breaching was some section of the act where it didn't declare his entire asset. Is now before the court. We have seen the House Speaker resign over a similar incident, but still the six still remain unknown.
Let me say something to you. The Parliament, and people may say, let me get this wrong. There is 6 members of Parliament, yes, but there's nothing to be tabled in the Parliament.
But the 6 parliamentarians and 28 public officials.
Hold on. There is 6 members of Parliament who are under investigation, yes. But there is nothing to be tabled in the Parliament. Those who are under investigation are still under investigation. You know? That means the Integrity Commission should have never leaked it out. It should never come out. So there's nothing for the Parliament of Jamaica to table.
To say
because
that
they're still under investigation. That's what I mean?
Yes.
They're still under investigation. I hope I'm explaining it correctly. There are 6 parliamentarians who are under investigation, but there's nothing in the Parliament for them to table. Or to table.
So the 6 can be known, or they are
known.
Excuse for
because they're still under investigation.
That Integrity Act issue.
Yes, but listen to me. And people may say that I am all over the place. I am not all over the place. But I'm trying to explain it to you the way how I can explain it to you. There is 6 members of Parliament, yes, who's under investigation. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The Integrity Commission, who's under investigation, but the Parliament of Jamaica cannot table anything because there's nothing to be tabled. Because of Dudley, Thompson, or Jeffrey Tavares, or whosoever is under investigation. So they can't table investigation yet because the official investigation has yet.
So they can't table about their case in Parliament.
No, because it's still under investigation. You know what
I'm wondering?
Yes.
The House Speaker resigned over similar offense. Was she among the 6?
That's a question I can't answer because there's a list that I have.
Was she among the 6?
There's a list that I have, and I must say this. I had the list way before anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I was told not to call the names of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they call them anybody and they are not, they come out scotch-free, they can sue you for division of character, you know.
Oh, yeah. Although they're on investigation.
There you go. So you have to be careful what you're doing.
Because they can just the report, tweet it, and they come out scotch-free.
There you go. And then they end up suing who to sue because they slandered their name about certain things.
Although they were guilty from day one.
Well.
We're not going to prove it.
Well. The time has come for us in this country to stand up. I'm going to play back the clip again. What the goodly gentleman said on a popular radio station in Jamaica about the pipe bombs that has been found in the country in a container. Here we go. I wonder what's going on here now. Because we need to figure out something here.
Pipe bomb discovery, a dangerous sign for Jamaica. Expert security specialist, Captain Robert Hibbert, says the discovery of a container packed with hundreds of items believed to be pipe bombs could spell danger for Jamaicans. The 320 devices that are suspected to be explosive were found at a premises on Darling Street in West Kingston on Monday afternoon. Captain Hibbert, who lectures in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University. Captain Hibbert spoke with Nationwide.
One of the main things that is going to happen now is that if these are pipe bombs, we're looking at a turn in our criminal behavior. We're looking at moving closer, not just crime, but we're looking towards terrorism. And that would be scary for anybody else.
He says these devices could now be used as weapons to attack high-value targets.
They're dangerous because they can be easily concealed and can be placed anywhere, and most people wouldn't recognize them for what they are. It implies that they could be used especially against high-value targets, if I may use that term.
And I hear you struggling, Lecturer Hibbert, because you recognize the implications that this would introduce in Jamaica.
Yes, and especially for the security forces.
Captain Hibbert says the criminal use of this device would have a grave economic impact on the country.
It is a scary thought. I'm thinking of light, water, and certain other offices that may be important to the running of the country. Those would be targets that you could direct such devices at.
Captain.
But Dudley and viewers of this program here, by the way, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk program. Dudley and viewers on this program here. You heard what the captain said, of the former captain of the JDF said? He said, those bombs can be used for the light, the light apparatus, like, JPS has some power plant right down in White Wing there. That power plant right there. They can put one there and just blow up the power plant. They can put one somewhere and just do the same thing. So they need to take this seriously. The JCF and the JDF and the Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister of Jamaica need to take this seriously. The container that has the pipe bombs in there, you all need to find out where this bomb come from, where this pipe, whatever come from, and make some arrests, Dudley.
But the question the question now, is there a kind of graduation? In the past, you have guys on street corner, right?
Yes.
Guys on the corner, eyeglass on the corner. Then they know move from eyeglass to become serious men.
Yes.
And then youngsters turn serious gangs. Are we know Jamaica the gang being graduated now to become we call now terrorist groups?
Possibility.
Is that what you're seeing in Jamaica now? We have gangs now and terrorist groups. Because the moment they start talking about bombing now, bombing. First start move from the regular gang warfare to extortion to scamming to start bomb people building now. That's terrorism.
And when I said to them,
that's terrorism.
When I said to them that we must be very careful. By the way, this country wants to send JCF members into Haiti and JCF members when we're finding pipe bombs in Jamaica. Huh? So hold on there. If we send half of the JCF and the JDF to Haiti, who secured the country? Prime Minister Holness. Are you people thinking this thing seriously? Thinking through these things? Minister of National Security, Dr. Harris John. Are you really thinking what is going on? You see that term what you got these people bringing up?
The best way now how to tackle the issue now in Haiti is try to arrest the Asian aristocrats who are funding these gangs on the street.
So hold on there. Don't you think it's the same thing must happen here in Jamaica?
Sure. Because this pipe bombs not a poor man thing. And not a poor man thing. A man in the corner can't put pipe bomb in the country. A man in the corner. No.
And for far too long, those are the people that go for a man in the corner. A man in the corner. A man on a white wing. A man over Waterhouse. A man down a Remar, Jungle, or Tivale. A man down there, sir. You think that container went down to Tivale, so just up out of the sky, bloof. A plane flying over Jamaica. And a container full of pipe bombs just drop in the country. Bloof!
Well, for far too long now, things in this country been going on unchecked. And again, I said this on Roots FM a couple years ago.
Yes.
That Jamaica has too much undocumented people. You have persons now in Jamaica who blend in these areas, talk the patois, and they are not Jamaicans.
There's a lot of
Haitians like Jamaica, they are not Jamaicans.
Listen to me.
From other countries, and they are illegal.
Hold on there. Listen to me, Dudley. And I don't understand certain things that goes on in our country. If you're in the Cayman Islands, say the Cayman Islands illegally, they come and find you.
Not Jamaica. I met persons in Jamaica's inner city. They talk Jamaican, talk the patois, and they are not Jamaicans.
There's a vast number of Haitians who are living in Jamaica, or in the country illegally,
Yeah.
I had a former advisor to a former Prime Minister of Haiti on my program. And he turned and said to me that, Bishop, he comes to the country legally. But he said to me, if I want a cold red stripe bear, I just jump on one of those boats and dock at a place in Portland. Get a nice cold Jamaican red stripe bear, some jerk chicken, and I come back over to Haiti.
Those pop.
Yes. Jamaica borders, the borders around Jamaica is it just open up. It open up.
That's the thing. Jamaica borders are not protected. Not protected at all. And these Haitians that came here last time,
yes,
to understand that the boat that took them here, the person who in charge of that vessel,
yeah,
came here before and was sent back.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And you know, come back now with a whole heap of people on the boat. So somebody is making some money out of these things, Trust me.
And that is why we need to investigate properly where the containers of pipe bombs come from. And that is why this program here, on October 29th, that's Sunday, October 29th, at 11 a.m. US time, the Make We Talk program will be holding a Jamaica, South Africa Security Forum. That's the Make We Talk program on October 29th, that's a Sunday, at 11 a.m. in the morning. The Make We Talk program will be holding a Jamaica, South Africa summit. Our guests are Interpol Ambassador Andy Mashaila, retired FBI agent Wilfred Radigan, Herb Nelson Jr., security consultant, Godfrey Labia, Lieutenant General in South Africa. He will be coming in our program here. We're going to discuss similar security problems in Jamaica and in South Africa. So join us. Tell everybody. We're going to have a special guest from a political party in Jamaica who's going to come on too, to speak to us about securities. How best can we solve our two country security? Because the same security problem in South Africa is similar same security problem in Jamaica. Because the whole up Berlin, but the place in Berlin, remember security company,
Oh my
Van,
God.
they're doing the same thing in South Africa. So join us October 29th at 11 a.m. The Make We Talk program will be having a security summit, Jamaica and South Africa Security Summit. Our special guests are Interpol Ambassador Andy Mashaila, Wilfred Radigan, retired FBI agent, Herb Nelson Jr., Godfrey Lebia, Lieutenant General in South Africa. He will be coming in also, and we're going to have a special guest from one of the major political parties to speak to us. You see what they find now in Jamaica? A container of pipe bombs. A container of pipe bombs. So if we, the people of our country, don't sit down and formulate a crime plan for ourselves, so for our own security, it is quite obvious that the state can't secure its people.
I remember writing news at Roots FM, and
Yes.
it was on 9 when I was have to write the story. Police found a container of guns at the wharf. No arrest was made.
The same thing here now.
That was
found
that
this
9 part.
container.
No arrest. You
The
find
same thing
container
here.
on the wharf and no arrest.
They found this container in Tivoli with pipe bombs. Jamaica don't manufacture guns. We don't manufacture pipe bombs, but yet they find pipe bombs in Jamaica. And you hear nothing. Nobody was arrested. Nothing. So the question must be asked, did a cargo plane fly over Jamaica and for some reason a parachute sent down the container for Christmas and drop in a Tivoli?
All I heard is that they are going for testing to see the chemical makeup of the bomb. That's all. I was like, yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Is this a country we're talking about for 2030 vision? To live, work, and raise family and do business? Huh?
I don't know.
When did we get this place? Dudley, when did this country get to where it is? We're 61 years old. When did Jamaica get to where it is?
It started off with politics back in the 60s, late 60s, 70s, 80s. And then now it's at a graduate from political violence to extortion to scamming and now terrorism. It's a gradual thing, negatively. So it started from politics back then. And it branched off in many directions.
And since 1932, these two political gangs that is in the House of Parliament, Jeffrey, behave yourself. These two political parties cannot secure the people of our country. And I said this and I'll say it again. When a country, when a government cannot secure its people, when a government can't provide proper health care, proper education, proper security for its people, something is fundamentally wrong with the government of the country. And the time has come for us to stop this PNP and JLP thing and think about your country, think about your safety.
Mm-hmm. It is serious.
We don't know what they plan to do. We don't know that they plan to have a school massacre or a church massacre. We don't know what is going on.
I'll wait until there's a mass gathering, a mass big crowd. Then you're like what they hear this boom and thousands die.
Huh? You all want to hear
in Jamaica?
Jeffrey Tavares send out on TikTok and all over the place. Make we talk breaking news. Jamaica, blah, 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 blah. You want to hear that?
No, sir.
No. We don't want to hear that.
Just imagine a popular event in Jamaica. A popular one that have big crowds. And you're bombing? No, man. We don't want it in Jamaica at all. As someone said, Christmas
Christmas is coming.
Christmas crowd shopping and you're bombing. No, my
Huh?
No, sir.
Do you want to hear a breaking news? Listen to me. We all, whether we are paying, PR jail, PR no P, we all need to call on the government to give us proper security.
I think
and if election should call tomorrow morning, hold on, Dudley. If election should call tomorrow morning, and Mr. Mark Golding, leader of the People's National Party, should gain state power in this country, and he can secure the people of Jamaica, is the same way Jeffrey Tavares with this program will be talking out against him.
Yeah, because I mean, Jamaica, it's crime. It's crime.
How can you have a country every 5 years? These two political parties come and tell the people, I came going to see when the doors open and windows. Huh? Good night, Yo-Yo. How are you doing tonight, Yo-Yo? I haven't seen you a long while on the program here, Yo-Yo. Good night, honey pop. Huh? How on earth can this continue? Jamaica get up yesterday morning on the news, and whether it be RJR, whichever station it is, News Talk or Nation, whatever station it is, pipe bomb discovered, a dangerous signal for Jamaica. What did they plan to do with this pipe bomb?
I want to see how long the Minister of Security or the police commissioner will take to give the country a formal statement as to
Hold your breath on that one.
Yeah.
Hold your breath on that one.
You wait until the investigation and find the makeup of the bombs before they
come. In no other modern democracy can you find a container with pipe bombs and you don't address the nation?
No, something wrong, man.
Huh? You don't address the nation. But yet you come now, when they call election and put on your class and call election, you're asking the people to give you another term in? Huh? And you can't secure the people? Yes, you're off the island when all this happened. But the person who's in charge, the Deputy Prime Minister, should address the Jamaican people. That does show you the level of respect and regard for the people of Jamaica. The Minister of National Security and Injustice, Dr. Harris Chang, why don't you just resign and leave the people alone? Huh? Why don't you hand in the resignation and see who can best fit to put as Minister of National Security? Because you have no respect for the Jamaican people. How on earth can you find a container with some pipe bombs in it and you not address the nation? Are we going to wait until next week, Wednesday, at the so-called post-cabinet press briefing with the Minister of Misinformation, Robert Morgan, tell us all the stupidness?
No, it must don't know, like we don't know about the Miss World Cup cricket bid.
It's a bunch of idiots. Huh?
I don't think he'll be aware.
Murders. The murder of Philip Paulwell's daughter and mother. The murder of 4 people in Trelawney. The murder of how many people again? The murder of how many people?
Not Paul's mother, the mother of his child.
Pardon me?
Not his mother, the mother of the child.
The mother of the child. How on earth? When will this stop? Jamaica, when did we get to this? When did we get to this place where we're hearing about pipe bombs?
I say we tend to we tend to copy some of the wrong things from overseas.
Dudley, I think we're missing the point, you know. And I'm not accusing anybody. But we have some deportees into Jamaica. We have some people from other countries who are illegal in Jamaica. And we have some people, Jeffrey, behave yourself, who own Jamaica Sport. We do not know what they're carrying for they're not carrying. Because we don't own the port of entry in Jamaica.
Jamaican port is just as corrupt as the police force.
That's what I'm saying to you. We don't own the port.
Mm-hmm.
So anything can come into any containers in the port, and we don't know how come in there. Because it's owned by a foreign government. The port of Jamaica is owned by a communist government in Beijing. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs building was built by a communist government. But that was just nonsense in our life.
But I find something come to my while ago. I remember years ago when I used to work at garment factory in Jamaica, a place called Hang's Fashion downtown. Whenever the boss was shipping out container clothes, there's a custom officer is there to verify that the container having no contraband and they put on a customs lock before it leave the premises.
Yes.
And recently I was in Riverton City. Not recently, a couple years ago, Riverton City, where they had the metal, they export the metals,
Yes.
the metal, yes, scrap metal.
Yes.
And there was a customs person there to ensure that no contraband in the container when it had been moved from Riverton. So when these things are coming in Jamaica, there was an inspection in the country where they're living from and back at our ports. There any inspection?
Dudley.
Verify that no contraband is placed in these containers.
Let me say something to you. You will be shipping barrels to Jamaica, see? And I own a shipping company that ships barrels to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I own the Mequitalk shipping company.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You bring a barrel to me. Sometimes who bring the barrel to you, you know? You don't check the barrel, you know? You just write the barrel and send it to the port. The question must be asked. When it goes to the port of Miami, do they have a scanner to scan the thing and say, okay, the Mequitalk, bring a barrel here. And if they find something in the barrel, they trace it back to Mequitalk, and Mequitalk trace it back to whoever given the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on saying this, there has to be a bill of lading number. And if Jamaica has a bill of lading number, they can call back where it's coming from. I email them and say something to them. I say, look here, bill of lading number 0911 or whatever it is. We have found some XQYZ in it. And they trace it back to whoever bring it there, what shipping company bring it there.
Yes.
And the shipping company, because there has to be an address to the shipping company. And the person who carried it to the shipping company must have an address too in the United States.
Right. Because
So
I remember this thing, you know. We used to carry goods to the airport to be exported. And they used to empty the container at the airport, search it, and we have to repack it at the airport. So something wrong as to why these things are coming in and nobody has been held accountable. I don't know the procedure when Jamaica is importing containers if it's not checked properly or what, but something wrong.
That's what this person said to me.
Coming in and there's a record and receiver. That's a big problem.
And what this person said to me, Mr. Tavares, every international port have a loophole. It's a known fact. Every international port has a loophole. It's a known fact.
So things kind of slip through.
Uh-huh.
Like
Maybe,
slip through our port as our ports here too.
or maybe they find out that the guns are going and it's a chat. It's not like a little black niggas down there. You know? But has to be a solution. There has to be a solution to what is going on. There has to be an arrest where that container is concerned. Jamaica don't manufacture pipe bombs. Jamaica don't manufacture guns. And yet, Jamaica is known around the world as the #1 murder rate country in the world. When we should be known around the world as the land of wood and water. And I must say congratulations to those Jamaicans who won the coronary art competition. At least we have something good coming out of Jamaica.
We have a lot of good.
Huh?
We have a lot of good.
Yes. I see
but
where
sometimes the negative just overshadow the good.
I see where the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, is congratulating Prime Minister Andrew Holness on a very booming economy and how employment is going down. But the people who live below Crossroad, may God Almighty help them. Dudley, we're going to close the program. You're going to stay here long enough because Mr. Michael Williams gave us his apology that he can't be coming on because of an emergency that happened. An emergency happened in his family a while ago, so he can't come on.
Wow. Well, before we go, Jeffrey, a quick little note here, and I must touch the football thing, Reggae Girls. I must touch it.
Go ahead.
It is called like a revolving. I don't call it like a revolving side. Look at this now. We all know about the coach, Donaldson. His contract was not renewed by the Jamaica Football Federation.
Yes.
And they wanted to appoint a new coach from England, Leslie Campbell. But he's under investigation from his club because of some complaint by female players. So, under investigation.
Everybody, but Dudley, listen to me. And listen to me, bro. If the truth should come out about the Jamaica Football Federation, is it? Everybody know that gone to prison.
But look here now. You got a point a coach yesterday. And if you have a match the 25th and the 29th, and the bulk of the national team not interested in being available for play those 2 games. Why? Same old story. The World Cup money not being paid to them.
So where's the World Cup money?
It was sent from FIFA to JFF.
So someone in the JFF takes the money.
And JFF called a press conference that they have to give a timeline when the girl is going to be paid. But the girl sent a letter to JFF saying they are not going to the match because the World Cup money is still outstanding.
So someone in a JFF is thieving the money, and that is why we're going to call on FIFA. Herb Nelson and myself is going to call on FIFA to do an investigation into the Jamaica Football Federation. Thiefness that going in there. And somebody must go to prison.
No, man, it'll get from bad to worse now, man. I mean, it's like the World Cup achievement I got eroded now because the team might can qualify for the CONCACAF Gold Cup because they never pick a makeshift squad, a makeshift team to go to Panama because the bulk of these girls not available because money are owed to them and the coaching staff also not going.
And hold on there, Dudley. You know the funniest thing? When you investigate some things, in a JFF, you see, I get to understand, that all the people in Hanover,
Yes, freedom.
are some people in Hanover, who involved in a JFF, them for them hands sticky to, very sticky. So the person who in charge of JFF in Hanover, I not call on him. Your hand is very sticky. And if you think so, we don't know where they're going to make a sad mistake.
It can't be a case where, I mean, the money was sent from FIFA to JFF for the players. And up until now, the players yet to get them cash. No, man, hey, it's all right. And some of the coaches have been owed from last year, September.
What's that going to do?
So the backroom staff, like they have the head coach and the coach, they call the backroom staff.
Yeah.
Some have been owed from last year, September.
And yet JFF send the money down to them.
And they are not going because they've still been owed outstanding sums. They are not going to.
The person who's in charge of JFF, it was brought to my attention that when them traveling overseas, all their friends and their girlfriend, all the people of the Vumva and the Vumva V have first class.
FIFA now change that. FIFA now say anybody going on these trips must have a role, must be football related. No more free vacation.
Well, Jamaicans will put the book and say,
FIFA step in now and change that. FIFA
Dudley, you and I know that they will put the books and say the dog have to go. The dog have to go. They have no security team because he might watch dog.
I'm a chef. I'm a cook for the team. I'm a misuse. Let's look up some posts.
You have to make sure say you go down Hero Store to get some crab. Make sure you get.
That's another story. When FIFA don't get that number, it can exceed that number. No, I think it must be coaching staff, misuse, manager, and some technical staff. But then have a number now, and the persons who are going now must be the qualified persons. FIFA step in now and stop that now.
But why FIFA don't step in and find out where this money is going for FIFA?
FIFA is looking into them seriously.
Into what?
But FIFA not so like that, but FIFA is now looking into it seriously. Like JFF right now.
And not only that, FIFA must not let the people who's in charge of JFF in Jamaica, don't let FIFA alone govern it. There must be a way where the Ministry of Sports can govern it too.
No. Under FIFA guideline, each country federation must be free from political interference. That's a FIFA regulation.
But not free from thief.
Or free from political interference. That's a FIFA regulation. But that's FIFA thing, yeah. So the government can intervene. But be run by the person free from politics.
Some things come to my attention and my eyes, you see. So let me cut my eye past them. Some things let me say come across my phone and my email about FIFA and the Jamaica Football Federation. It is a disgrace.
All I'm going to say, boy, it's going to be a big issue when them put together a makeshift squad and them go there and them can't beat Panama because Panama is planning for them because Panama can revenge for the defeat of the World Cup qualifiers. So I don't think Panama is going to come easy at all. Panama put together a strong squad. And Jamaica have a makeshift squad. You have a new coach, a makeshift squad, no backroom staff. You have match in 5 days.
Hold on there for me, Dudley.
No, sir.
Freedom. What hotel in Hanover? I'm not a referring hotel in Hanover. You have to not give me some more information in the Freedom. Come on, man. If you give me some more information, I have not given my number. Give me some information about what's going on in Hanover. And maybe I should call a friend of mine in Hanover to find out.
Greenland, Hanover?
Yes.
Oh, I saw the thing and the thing I don't know about that. I'm gonna check it out too.
So, but you know, let's go back to the whole pipe bomb business before we leave from here. Dudley, God forbid, if they have a football match at the National Stadium.
Oh God, Reggae Boys qualified for World Cup. 35,000 people in the stadium and a 10,000 outside. No, we can't imagine that.
That would be a massacre, Dudley.
Mm.
That would be a massacre.
Just imagine this see them jam pack. The biggest crowd Jamaica draw in stadium. It's like Grand Gala, boys and girls champs, Reggae Boys playing qualifying to go to World Cup.
And not only that, Dudley. If things can come through our ports, so and nobody knows what's going on. We don't know if any terrorist group hasn't penetrate the Jamaican authorities and sit down and down there waiting for something to happen.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know if this fine is the first. If the first one come public. We don't know if the first one, if the other groups have it in their arsenal, putting on wait and for the right moment. We don't know. Suppose some group have it put on in some place, waiting for the right moment to strike. Maybe for the Christmas, when people are at big events. We don't know. We just don't know. It's what happened in Israel.
Yeah.
A big music festival was attacked by Hamas.
Mm-hmm.
It started at a music festival. That's where it started. A big festival where people gather. That's where it started.
And we don't know. We don't know where these pipe bombs are coming from. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was arrested. We don't know where the pipe bombs are coming from.
Let's just say don't put out on these negative vibes.
Who?
Dudley.
Leslie, I'm not putting negative vibes in my brother. I am not. But if you read the newspaper, listen to the news. It's not me who make it up. In the newspaper and nationwide news, it said pipe bombs discovered, sending a dangerous signal to Jamaica. For Jamaica, a container of pipe bombs was found. It's not Jeffrey who find it. It's not Dudley. It's all over the news in Jamaica. So what we are saying, if they did not find these pipe bombs, what would have happened? Is it that they had planned to attack the National Stadium, or attack some electricity grid in Jamaica, or the Mona Water Dam? We don't know. Those are the questions we're asking. And I believe that the Minister of National Security need to address the nation of Jamaica pertaining to these pipe bombs.
Petrus asking where the bomb headed.
Headed where?
No, he's asking a question. I don't know if Petrus asking where were the so-called bombs headed. We're not sure. They were
It
found
was found in Tivoli Garden
Street. We don't know if that was the destination. We don't know if that is the destination, or it was in transit to go somewhere else. We don't know, but it was found there.
Does Tivoli Garden have a wharf down there?
Nearby, not nearby. And Freedom is asking if you can track the container, but we're saying all night.
We don't know that. All right, listen to me.
All night.
Hold on there. Hold on there, Dudley. We don't know if the container came off the wall and was at a premises in Tivoli Garden. And then police get tipped off and went there. So the question must be asked tonight. If they did not find those pipe bombs in the container, What would have happened?
And what were the plans for them?
What were the
What were the
plans for
plans?
them? And that is why the Minister of National Security was the Deputy Prime Minister and the Deputy Defense Minister for Jamaica should address the nation of Jamaica pertaining to these pipe bombs. And I know some of them is listening and going to say, "Chow, I'm chatting nonsense." I know they're listening to me. And I have proof that they're listening. So I'm saying it tonight that the Minister of National Security, Dr. Harris Chang, who is the Deputy Prime Minister and also the Deputy Minister of Defense, should address the nation pertaining to the pipe bombs. We should not wait until Wednesday. We don't have a so-called post-cabinet press briefing with the misinformation minister. The people of Jamaica should know what is going on. Was the container on the wharf in Jamaica? Did it leave from the wharf and went into the valley? Huh? We don't manufacture pipe bombs in Jamaica.
Well, Anthony, Anthony is asking, is industrial terrorists a part of Tivoli Gardens? The answer is no. Tivoli Gardens High School is not in Tivoli Gardens. It's on the outskirts of Tivoli Gardens.
Yes, between Tivoli and St. Andrew.
As a matter of fact, that school is built on land that is part of Maypen Cemetery, for those who did not know.
So this go.
Yes. It is not in the Tivoli community. It's on the outskirts. It's on the outskirts. Across industrial terrace, but going back to downtown, that's Tivoli Gardens.
Yes.
But the school is not Tivoli.
You know what, Dudley? I'm going to play back this news clipping, make everybody hear it.
Pipe bomb discovery, a dangerous sign for Jamaica. Expert security specialist, Captain Robert Hibbert, says the discovery of a container packed with hundreds of items believed to be pipe bombs could spell danger for Jamaicans. The 320 devices that are suspected to be explosive were found at a premises on Darling Street in West Kingston on Monday afternoon. Captain Hibbert, who lectures in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University, Captain Hibbert spoke with Nationwide.
One of the main things that is going to happen now is that if these are pipe bombs, we're looking at a turn in our criminal behavior. We're looking at moving closer, not just crime, but we're looking towards terrorism. And that would be scary for anybody else.
He says these devices could now be used as weapons to attack high-value targets.
They're dangerous because they can be easily concealed and can be placed anywhere, and most people wouldn't recognize them for what they are. It implies that they could be used especially against high-value targets, if I may use that term.
And I hear you struggling, Lecturer Hibbert, because you recognize the implications that this would introduce in Jamaica.
Yes, and especially for the security forces.
Captain Hibbert says the criminal use of this device would have a grave economic impact on the country.
It is a scary thought. I'm thinking of light, water, and certain other offices that may be important to the running of the country. Those would be targets that you could direct such devices at.
Captain Robert Hibbert, lecturer in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University. Meanwhile, head of the Constabulary Communications Unit, CCU, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, says the police are carrying out testing on the devices to determine if they are in fact pipe bombs.
When I spoke with the investigators, we had a discussion with the commanding officer. We have found explosives before. It's the first time they are seeing these that were found. So that is why they have to be testing to really make a determination what they are. If they turned out to be explosives, then of course we'd want to know the source. So all of that. But based on what they have reported, it's the first time they are seeing these types.
SSP Lindsay also gave an update on the investigation.
No one is in custody just yet, but the investigation is ongoing.
Are people being questioned?
Not that I'm aware of at this point.
And this was basically the use of technology which led the police and the military to this location.
Yes.
Wow. Jeffrey? Jeffrey,
Yes.
Jeffrey, an important text came in from Anthony R.
Yes.
You seen it?
No, I'm not. I don't see it.
He said, Anthony R. text and said, I clear goods every year at a warehouse in Industrial Terrace, and Tivoli gang controlled that part of the warehouse.
Oh, you and that. You know what? I can keep my mouth shut.
A text coming there from Anthony R.
Yes, I just saw it.
Send that text in.
So in other words, is it the same wharf that said that a certain former strongman owned?
Da dee.
I didn't call him the name. I just asked a question. We're in
Same
serious
wharf.
problem. You heard what the good gentleman said, who lectured in terrorism at the university, the Maritime University? He said that those bombs can be used, and it can be in plain sight, and the Jamaican people know what it's all about. And God forbid you hear about some brutal attack and somewhere in the land of wood and water. They can also attack the Mona Dam, the JPS power plants. We don't know. So we're asking the question tonight, as what somebody asked in the chat here. How did that container clear the wharf?
Corruption. Anthony R. said the same way, the same place where they found the guns and ammo in cans. Same place.
Why they don't shut down that wharf?
So apparently, that wharf look it off limit to the authorities. Apparently.
And I get to understand that wharf has some investment of a certain politician who sits in the Parliament of Jamaica. Me ain't calling no name.
Corruption at its highest level. Corruption at the highest.
Mr. Chin don't own that wharf up Tivoli. That wharf don't owned by Mr. Chin. There's two wharfs in Kingston. The one that Anthony spoke about, and the main wharf of the Kingston terminal that the Chinese have bought out. The one that Anthony talked about, a certain politicians who sit in the Parliament of Jamaica have shares in that wharf.
Well, the bottom line is, as long as Jamaica will continue to receive these containers without a clear record of the sender and the receiver, we'll have the problem continuously.
Is it that they don't want to? Is it that they don't want to solve crime in Jamaica, or they can't solve the crime in Jamaica, Dudley? What is your views on that?
One sect don't want to. Why? Crime benefits some. You have some Jamaicans now who can't benefit.
Yes.
So
before going further, Dudley, let me read this. Brown said, Jeffrey, look how Rattigan asked his friend to help out the government on crime figures, and they did not even take the offer. Let me say something to you, Brown. The same person that Mr. Rattigan was talking about to the people down there is Godfrey Labia, General Godfrey Labia. He will be on my program on October 29th at 11 a.m. And the Make Talk program is going to have a Jamaica and South Africa Security Forum. Our guests are former Interpol Ambassador Andy Mashaila, Wilfred Rattigan, retired FBI agent, attorney, law and talk show host, Herb Nelson Jr., security analyst, and of course, Lieutenant General Godfrey Labia. He will be on our program come next week, Sunday. That's the same gentleman that they were supposed to give a listening ear to when he went to Jamaica. And nobody in Jamaica gave a listening ear to the gentleman. So it's not as if people don't want to help them. They don't want to help.
This might look simple, but it is a point of concern.
Yes.
It might look like it's a non-issue, but why is it that this country can't see it fit to appoint a police officer as commissioner for the past 10 years?
That's a very good question.
Something is wrong with that. What message are you sending to members of the police force? They're not qualified. The force.
You know something? Hold on here, Dudley. You know something? Paulette Robinson or Pauline Robinson, rather.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah.
Pauline, let me say something to you, darling. If you listen to the Parliament of Jamaica when Parliament started, you hear the whole speaker said, any petitions? If the people of Jamaica do not get a certain number of people to petition the Parliament and the Governor General to ask the Minister of National Security or the Prime Minister of Jamaica to step aside, then they're going to continue there.
I tell you,
we the people, hold on, remember we're going to say, we the people have the powers in our hands to do certain things, but we do not do it. We have the power to formulate a petition asking for the Prime Minister to step down, asking for the Minister of National Security to step down, asking for the, I think, yes, asking for the person who is appointed as Commissioner of Police to step down. We have the power to do that, but we don't do it. All I can hear them talk about, Jeffrey, all Labour, all PNP. Yes, Dudley, go ahead.
No, the issue, with addressing it's Pauline Williams about Andrew stepping down.
Yes.
It's not about the person, it's the system. Because it can date back. Years gone by, this is why it's a cost of Edward Seaga, it's a cost Michael Manley. Them cost Bruce Golding, them cost PJ Patterson, them cost Portia Simpson, and them cost everybody. Now they have Andrew Wallace now. Them cost him right now. If him lose next election, I put in Mark Golding, you cost him same way. So not the person or the system it need to change.
So
not
Dudley,
the person. It's the
Dudley,
person and the same system.
So Dudley, is it that we have a system that
It's
can
9
help
o'clock.
us to fight crime?
Eh?
Is it we have a system that will not help us to fight crime?
No. We don't. All right. We have a police force that is under-equipped and short of personnel and don't have the capability to do level of intelligence that needed in this day and age.
Yes.
We don't have it. We don't have the technology. If we can't track a container at the wharf, what we going to track?
And we have the technology, but they don't want to use the technology.
Why?
Because apparently there's somebody gaining from it.
Container coming with pipe bombs. I can't hold a person, I'll know. No address, no sender, no receiver.
And the funniest thing, if they just find, they said I use technology to find the container. So they must know, if they use technology to find the container, so the technology must show them who pick up the container too.
Yes, which shipping company own the container?
If they use technology, SSP Stephanie Lindsay, if you use technology, ma'am, you and the members of the JCF and the JDF use technology to find this container with cocktail bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Then the same technology they use must can find out who bring the container to Jamaica. Huh? In Dudley?
Right. I them don't want to find it.
Or is that the container is owned by a certain influence society? Is it that the container is owned by a certain person who is in the effluence of society? of the people of the Vumvava and the Vumvavi.
That is it.
Something not adding up here. Because if Stephanie Lindsay said that they use technology to find the container, Mr. Hughes asked them, Cliff Hughes asked them, did you get a tip of no? They use technology to find the container. So if you use technology to find the container, SSP, Stephanie Lindsay, why is it that this technology can't find who bring the container to Jamaica?
So all right. So there's no record of which official trucking company carry the container to Darling Street. There's no record.
No man, if I go to Darling Street.
There's no record of which company took it to Darling Street. Something wrong with that.
Are they planning to fight some war that we don't know about, Dudley?
It looks so. This at all don't sound like politics.
Dudley, don't say this on politics, we don't know.
This doesn't look like politics.
Well, who knows? That's true. You have a point. Is it that who's bringing it in has some greater, and how much? But by the way, the question must be asked of the JCF. When you went to Darling Street, when the technology came to Darling Street about that container, was that container already open?
Was this security seal breached?
That's the question I'm asking. Thank you. Was the security seal on the container? Was it breached?
No.
Did it come off?
It can lock, but which lock? A lock
Right.
from man from the community or a lock from the wharf?
There you go, because if I lock from the wharf, somebody from the wharf will come, they can open it. Isn't that so, Dudley?
The container having 220 pipe bombs. Is that the original figure? Or that was left in there?
That's a good question. Did any of the pipe bombs get out unknown
to the authorities?
To the authorities.
Are they only find 220?
Thank you.
So don't know if the container was open before they got there.
Pauline, it was found at somewhere in Tivoli Garden. It wasn't found on a wharf, my dear. So there won't be any cameras. Don't be any cameras. Yes, and is a chance of the CC cameras from the wharf all the way to where Tivoli is working on the stoplight. We don't even know they're working.
So there's no camera at the wharf?
There has to be cameras at the wharf.
To see which company, trucking company, is moving that from the premises.
But Dudley, the amount of container leave the wharf, unless you have a number on the container, if you say, okay.
Yes, yes, a number, yeah. The number and zoom it in. Sorry, this is the one. Zoom it in. Zoom in the license plate of the trucking company where I carry it away and do the follow-up.
Why?
Well, someone asked, Freedom asked again if you may have answered this, but are politicians' containers those subject to search?
The way what was you singing a while ago? Da.
Yeah.
If I wasn't gonna go to a copyright strike, I'd have played Anthony B song, is it? And I would have played a song by Burning Spear. But you know what?
Copyright strike.
Copyright. Yes, they strike the channel because this country sell out.
No, this is very serious now. As I say,
Stephanie Lindsay, the communication director for the JCF, SSP Stephanie Lindsay. The question to you tonight, ma'am, when the technology led the members of the JCF and the JDF to where the place is again, Dudley?
Darling Street.
Darling Street in Tivoli Garden. Did the container have the wharf seal on it, or did it have a padlock on it? Did the container breach? We don't know if that amount of pipe bombs was in the container you guys went and saw. So the people of Jamaica and the people, the members of the diaspora, want to know from the police high command, and I dare go further, from the Minister of National Security, who is the Deputy Prime Minister, and the Deputy Minister of Defense. Did the container had a seal on it from the wharf, or did it have a padlock? If it did not have a seal on it and have a padlock, is it that some of the pipe bombs may have taken out before you all went there?
That's a possibility.
Those are the questions that people of the country is asking. Jamaica is in a serious problem. Are we going to get up tomorrow morning, God forbid, and hear that somewhere blow up with how much 1,000 people dead? Prime Minister Holness and the Minister of National Insecurity, Dr. Harrison. You need to go into Dr. Harrison. Dr. Chang, you need to go home and sit down now. The time has come for you to resign. But you need to tell the people of Jamaica, address the nation between these pipe bombs. Address the nation between these pipe bombs, because we do not know who is in Jamaica.
I know it will be that question will be coming up on Wednesday. It will be.
Is it that the Minister of National Security will address the nation then?
But he might not be the best person to answer those questions. He might say, refer to Dr. Chang, refer to so. He wanted to answer the question. He will be the person. Nestor Morgan.
Oh, he's the Minister of Misinformation. Don't talk about him.
You want me to answer it? If we mention that, if he can't adequately address that question, like the missed opportunity to the World Cup, he say, "Oh, I'll speak to Babsy Grange." So he can't.
The question that we need to find out, Dudley.
No, what they might do, give a prepared response as to what to say.
Good, that's a good thing to do.
You make it that.
Yes, but the people well, let us see if the minister will address the nation on Wednesday, next week Wednesday.
We're gonna see how that's going to
address the nation either.
But this needs to be a detail as to what happened and how that escaped through the wharf. All right, so yeah, gotta run.
My God, Dudley Thompson.
Yeah.
Former journalist of Roots 96.1 FM. Thanks for coming up to the program, sir. And the questions must continue asked about this container of pipe bombs found somewhere in Tivoli Garden.
No, let me be clear. Darling Street.
Darling Street, rather. Isn't
Darling
that Darling Street in Tivoli Garden?
I think Tivoli, that's a Darling Street.
Darling Street, yes.
The one blame Tivoli Garden incorrectly. Darling Street.
Well, that's true, yes. You have a point. Dudley, thanks for coming on to the program. Your final word before you go?
Well, hopefully Jamaica and hopefully this find have saved some lives in the country. I wish Jamaica all the best and just work as we can grow the country and put an end to this mayhem. I hope that this container wasn't tampered with before the police got there.
Yes.
Hope the pipe bombs were taken out before.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thompson, former journalist of Roots 96.1 FM. Thanks for coming to the program, sir.
Hey man, bless up.
Thank you. This is where we're going to say so long from tonight. But before I go, I must say this to you, that on Sunday, October 29th at 11 a.m., that's 10 a.m. Jamaica time, 11 a.m. US time, the Mecca Talk program will be having a Jamaican South Africa Security Forum. Our special guests are former Interpol Ambassador to South Africa, Andy Mashaila, Mr. Wilfred Ralligan, retired FBI agent, attorney at law, and talk show host, Herb Nelson Jr., security consultant, Lieutenant General Godfrey Lebia from South Africa. He will be our special guest on the program The same individual that Mr. Rattigan was telling the government to speak to when he was in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
He will be on our program come the 29th of October. We'll be also having some other person on the platform who will be coming on to us. We'll be having a politician from one of the political parties will be coming to speak about the security apparatus in Jamaica. And it's so good to have this forum right now because it's what they found in Jamaica, a container of how much pipe bombs. Did some of the pipe bombs come out of the container?
We'll find out.
We don't know.
All right.
I don't know what time. I don't know what time it's gonna be in London. I do not know what time it's gonna be in London for the program. I think England is how many hours ahead of the United States. I don't remember, but you can find out that, Janet, if you know that England is how many hours ahead of America, then you will know what time is it going to be in your neck of the woods. But it will be 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning in United States, 10 o'clock in Jamaica. We'll be having a security forum. The Mequitalk program having a security forum. Jamaica and South Africa Security Forum. We're going to have a former Interpol ambassador to South Africa, Andy Mashile, Wilfred Radigan, Herb Nelson Jr., and Lieutenant General Godfrey Labia. Hope I pronounced his name correctly. They will be on. That's 4 p.m. in the UK. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. That's 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. Come next week, Sunday. 4 p.m. in United Kingdom, 11 a.m. in United States, and 10 a.m. in Jamaica. So join us then for that program. But also join us on Monday evening when we'll be having a special. Oh, hold on for me. I think I have another person coming on the program here. Hold on for me, please. Hold on. Come on. Yes. Uh-oh. Welcome to the program, Luke George Cook.
Jeffrey Rush.
All right, Luke, I'm not hearing you.
Jeffrey Tavares.
Oh yes, I hear you now. Welcome to the program, Luke. I know Dudley has to run. Okay, Dudley. Luke, what do you think about these pipe bombs that's found in Jamaica?
Jamaica is becoming like Palestine
I'm not hearing you. Just turn off your mic.
Jamaica is suddenly becoming like Palestine and
Dudley, Luke, I'm not hearing you at all.
I don't know what's wrong with the sound.
And there's a feedback coming in.
You can't hear me now?
It's a bit low, but go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
What's the low? Send your email.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, send it to your email. Can you get onto your email from your end?
I don't know what's wrong.
You're very low. Okay, go ahead. I think the listeners still can hear you, but I can hardly hear you. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that the Jamaica is slowly becoming like Israel and Palestine. Seems that everybody else is emulating what is happening right across the globe.
Yes.
And more as the people become frustrated, you find that people are looking to extreme measures to basically express their frustration with the government and what they see in the country. It's a scary day if we are going that route, because one of the sad things that we have learned about extremism is that the innocent suffers with the guilty, as they would say. And so we have to find a way to basically resolve some of the underlying issues that are becoming more and more pervasive and people are taking the laws into their own hand. So, I mean, when I got up to it, I had to say, boy, I don't know. We have reached an all-time low in this country, and I don't know what is going to pull us back from the brink of falling over the cliff.
Yes. So do you think that the Prime Minister will address the nation? Or the Deputy Prime Minister put it to the spike bombs found it?
Um, but what is he going to say to us, Jeffrey? What will he be able to say to the country to sort of give people some reassurance that the central government work? I think the discussion has to take place in every nook and cranny.
Mm. Look, hold on a minute for me. Look, hold on a minute. Did you get a call before you come onto the program? Because I think maybe they call kick you out or something while you're so low.
Um, let me try another device.
Please. We're speaking to Luke George Cook. We're having to come up on the program here because we need to hear what he's saying. At one point we're having some feedback on the system. I don't know why. Are you hearing me loud and clear though? Anthony and Pauline and Freedom, you hear me loud and clear? We must ask the question though. What is going on in the land of wood and water? Where are we going as a people? Dr. Crab, according to Wayne Lonesome. I don't know why you have what's going on. I hope you all can still hear me though. It's time for the Goodley Commissioner of Police. Well, the Goodley Minister of, well, not Goodley. It's time for the gentleman there to say to the people of Jamaica. I think it's time for me to step down as Minister of National Security. It cannot be. Yes, Dr. Crow. According to Wayne Lonesome. It's time for the gentleman to step down. I mean, Luke George Cook said that if they come and address the nation, what would he say to the people of Jamaica? But at least ensure to the people, that the people have some reassurance that they have found these cocktail pipe bombs and, you know, everything will be okay, blah, blah, whatever. I've been saying it for years, Pauline, that Jamaica is knocking behind Haiti's back door. And people say I shouldn't say it. This is a prime example of these cocktail bombs. We're knocking behind Haiti's back door, whether we like it, yes or no, we are. I pray and hope that Mr. Luke George will come back on the program here for us to give like a few more minutes on this program. It cannot continue as this as a nation and as a people. Too much criminality going on in Jamaica. There's too much corruption going on. Too much. Every day you get up, you hear of one more person gone down, or 4 more person gone down, or 5 more person, or 3 more person gone down. And yet crime is going down. Yeah, they keep on telling us that the crime rate in Jamaica is dropping way down. Is it that we can see that the crime is not dropping down, but they are seeing something different? Are they living in a different Jamaica than we? Are they living in a different Jamaica than where we are living? Jamaica, the land of our birth, is knocking behind our sister island Haiti's back door. Jamaica is knocking behind Haiti's back door. And whether we believe it or whether we want to accept it or not, we are. I pray and hope that we don't become a nation where you hear about pipe bombs blowing up people. I pray and hope that this nation, under God increasing beautiful and prosperity, to play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. I pray and hope that this country of ours will make a turn for better, not a turn for the worse. We live in a Jamaica where we don't know what is next. We live in a Jamaica, we don't know what is next. A nation of 3 million people. We gained independence in 1962. We're celebrating 61 years of independence. And none of these two political parties can secure the people of this country. None of them. Neither the PNP nor the JLP can secure the people of Jamaica. Welcome back, Luke George Cook. Mr. Cook? I don't know what's going on here now. But none of them can secure us. Luke, if you're hearing us, let us know. I'm not hearing one thing from Luke. This is the one Luke to talk tonight. Is what going on in the country? What a shebang.
Can you hear me now, Jeffrey?
Loud and clear from the Grill Point to Moran Point. Go ahead. Go ahead, Luke.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, so what I was basically saying, I don't know that the government has the solution to the fact that the frustration that people are feeling is real. And because it is real, we're seeing more and more people become extreme in the way they do things. Um, you're seeing a new style where people are actually firebomb, and when they're trying to make it out of their house, a hail of bullet greets them. So the criminals are basically saying, stay inside because we're not only lighting your house, but we also want to make sure that you're dead. So the sort of extreme sort of killing that you're seeing on the rise tells you that we have hit an all-time new record in terms of the barbaric culture that we're seeing emerging. And I mean, nothing can top that. Like you hear a voice note going around to say that the, the killers were playing with a 10-month baby before pulling our bullet with 3 gunshots. And if that was not enough, then you literally lied she and her mother. And so you recognize that life has no intrinsic value for the killers that are emerging on the scene. And so the country has to take a deeper look at as to what will be the response of every citizen. You can't wait until it comes to your doorstep. You have to do better than that. You have to now recognize that it has to be collective security for surety. Because when one Jamaican is suffering, all Jamaicans have to join that individual in solidarity. We have to send a strong message to the criminal community that there is no safe haven and that the citizens are now very frustrated with the actions of the few that is affecting the many. I don't believe that the Bible is fulfilling, hence we must all sit down and wait for our time to come. But I believe that we must push back on the emerging culture and let people know that we are not going to sit back. we're going to fight for the heart and soul of Jamaica. So it's a sad day, but it
But
is a day that Jamaicans have to make a decisive response.
look, I was told a while ago that there's a container somewhere downtown King. There's a wharf somewhere downtown Kingston, apart from the one that the Chinese own. And sometimes some containers come in there and they're not being searched. The question I'm asking tonight, because Stephanie Lindsay said, I want you to listen to what this, before I say anything, you listen to this news clip in here. Listen to this.
Pipe bomb discovery, a dangerous sign for Jamaica. Expert security specialist, Captain Robert
Oh,
Hibbert,
hold on.
says the discovery of a container packed with hundreds of items believed to be pipe bombs could spell danger for Jamaicans. The 320 devices that are suspected to be explosive were found at a premises on Darling Street in West Kingston. Pipe bomb discovery, a dangerous sign for Jamaica. Expert security specialist, Captain Robert Hibbert, says the discovery of a container packed with hundreds of items believed to be pipe bombs could spell danger for Jamaicans. The 320 devices that are suspected to be explosive were found at a premises on Darling Street in West Kingston on Monday afternoon. Captain Hibbert, who lectures in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University, Captain Hibbert spoke with Nationwide.
One of the main things that is going to happen now is that if these are pipe bombs, we're looking at a turn in our criminal behavior. We're looking at moving closer, not just crime, but we're looking towards terrorism. And that would be scary for anybody else.
He says these devices could now be used as weapons to attack high-value targets.
They're dangerous because they can be easily concealed and can be placed anywhere, and most people wouldn't recognize them for what they are. It implies that they could be used especially against high-value targets, if I may use that term. And
I hear you struggling,
yes,
Lecturer Hibbert, because you recognize the implications that
yes,
this would introduce in Jamaica.
Yes, and especially for the security forces.
Captain Hibbert says the criminal use of this device would have a grave economic impact on the country.
It is a scary thought. I'm thinking of light, water, and certain other offices that may be important to the running of the country. Those would be targets that you could direct such devices at.
Captain Robert Hibbert, lecturer in terrorism and counterterrorism at the Caribbean Maritime University. Meanwhile, head of the Constabulary Communications Unit, CCU, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, says the police are carrying out testing on the devices to determine if they are in fact pipe bombs.
When I spoke with the investigators, we had a discussion with the commanding officer. We have found explosives before. It's the first time they are seeing these that were found. So that is why they have to be testing to really make a determination what they are. If they turn out to be explosives, then of course we'd want to know the source. So all of that, but based on what they have reported, it's the first time they are seeing these types.
SSP Lindsay also gave an update on the investigation.
No one is in custody just yet, but the investigation is ongoing.
Are people being questioned?
Not that I'm aware of at this point.
And this was basically the use of technology which led the police and the military to this location.
Yes.
So tell me something now, Luke. If this was use of technology that led members of the JCF to that location, then the use of technology can find out where it's coming from, who it was going to.
It should, because recently you heard about the shipment at the port. In that report, it says that it was a container containing several high power weapons. The person in question had actually was in the building to collect it, but the operation carried out. They seized it, and that is an ongoing investigation. As I said to you, Jeffrey, what we are seeing in Jamaica is a level of apathy and frustration that the people are now chanting burn down the state because of the amount of atrocity that has been carried out by so-called top people in this country that has left the people at the bottom deeply frustrated and deeply angry, and to the point where people have lost faith in our security system, and they are now looking to take matters into their hands. Um, with the advent of China um, having a having a big influence now on the economy, and that the US has kept on warning that China could easily well use our ports as a means of transporting weapons to Russia, given the situation with Ukraine. There is a lot to be desired in addition to the fact that the person who was commenting earlier on said something that if you have state terrorism now as part of the criminal profile and activity, it lends itself to us having to now come up with a challenge as to how we are going to tackle this, in addition to the fact that we have a very high incidence of criminal and corruption activity taking place. Um, and it will now require that our military and our police force will have to be more vigilant as to what this new level of crime, because given that one container was seized, it doesn't mean that there are not other containers or other items that have come into the country
But but but
that
but,
will
but,
be
but
used.
but not only that, Luke, we must ask the question: did the seal from the port came off the container? Was it a padlock that they found on the container? And the seal came off of the container and they found a padlock. That means that maybe more of the pipe bombs may have come out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Jeffrey.
Mm.
No matter what, no matter what equipment that we have invested in to make the port more safe, you have bad players who continue to make their income from ill gains, and as a result of those ill gains, with the best effort, you almost now have a challenge as to how you're going to go in and key house. And the challenge for is now with the people who runs the port, in addition to customs, who very well have people who are about self-enrichment but have no deep commitment to the country. And as a result of that, they don't care what it is that they're taking a payoff for. And how do you now stem and stop these people from taking us down a road that we will never probably survive when these bombings take place in a home terrorism or a state terrorism sort of activity. Certainly, the police and the the customs, in addition with civil society and the wider society, have to be more vigilant and more forceful. I hope that those who might have been involved are now hearing that we have these bombs coming in, and that swift actions will be taken to ensure that a proper investigation is carried out. But um, as you always said, in what democracy? Well, here is a democracy that is happening. We are taking a turn for the worse, and we have to be more vigilant, and we
Yeah.
have to encourage the people in the public service to stop thinking the individual self, but think of the country and the effects that it's going to have on us. And certainly, we must look out
for any strange activity. You have to forgive me.
I know you're tired. That's why we're gonna wrap up in the time because I know you're tired.
Yeah, you have to. Rough, rough nowadays. May I try to juggle too much things at once. But it's a serious day. It's a serious day. It's a serious day for Jamaicans. And bear in mind that you're seeing more and more young people engage and going on YouTube and learning how to make their own bombs at home. So it seems like the young people are at war, the country's at war, and it's not about what the Andrew Holness led administration can do, but it has to be now collective security for surety. Every citizen has to play his or her part to ensuring that we can build a more secure nation. Because, as again, what affects one Jamaican, be it home or abroad, it affects all of us. And I don't think we are ready to really deal with state terrorism. But it adds to the how we stem the flow of guns coming into the port through Haiti. It has to do with getting to those who are the beneficiary of these acts of corruption, imprisoning people and trying to clear the immigration and custom of people who have put self above country. It's a challenge, but I believe that if faith and you have the right set of people, here's where now you need to carry the Wilfred Rattigan and the Herb Nelson Jr. and other people like Rupert Francis with the task force to now look at this emerging culture, look at how some of the other countries have started to deal with it, and to have sort of a caucus group where you tie in border security, the JDF, the police force, civil society, your staff at the customs to say, look, guys, this is an emerging culture. We have to try to nip it in the bud. We don't want more loss of life. What we would like is to enhance the public safety um, plan and to have people educated sufficiently around what it is that they're looking for. And we have to have more cameras placed in public space so that we can sort of mitigate against what is to come.
Luke, before we go, do you think that based on our level of violence in the country now, God forbid, God forbid, do you believe that one of these days we may get up and hear a breaking news of somewhere blow up?
Not be honest. Not be honest. Today, the Minister of Finance, Nigel Clark, says that we are at one of the best place we are in terms of the economics. And he alluded to say that we have the lowest unemployment rate, we have we have lowered the crime rate significantly. The statistics does not support the argument, but it tells me that people are more interested in ensuring that their political parties look good, and so they are prepared to go on national TV and radio to promote their lies. And in light of that, you have this bomb scare now that we are all worried that it can happen any place, anytime, anywhere, and what that will mean for us. So it's almost like the slogan in COVID-19, kind of your yard, but even your own home, you're not safe because you don't know if you are going to be targeted later on. Um, later on. So everybody must say have to play them part, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
It's everybody. And this is the time that you need to call upon the people in your diaspora who possess a particular set of skill set to help us to navigate this new challenge that we are seeing on the rise. But it wouldn't surprise me. I think we are in a bottleneck and we're sort of in a melting pot, sort of a volcano. You're seeing volcano sort of erupting, and sooner or later you shall have a full eruption. I don't necessarily like to speak this way because I don't like to predict anything. I don't want to speak things into being, but people are becoming growingly frustrated with how the country is being managed. And because of that, people are now willing to take the laws into their own hands.
Yeah.
And we are copycatting all of what we're seeing in other parts of the world. I mean, just the reaction between our prime minister and his message, his stance with Israel to bomb the Palestinian people. Even that now, as you go from street corner to street corner, and the nooks and cranny, you hear people saying, how could he have said that given our history? How could he be endorsing something of that nature, in light of the fact that I know that he went to Israel and was greeted warmly? But it spells trouble. You also have to look at it in terms of it's easier for anybody to come to Jamaica and then move to one of the other countries and spaces because Jamaica have that unique um, position of being geographically located in one of the continents that other people can use to go elsewhere. So we don't know if this is to test the water because there's more to come. But as again I said,
Or
we have,
or 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 is it that there is a terrorist group, a silent terrorist group in Jamaica we don't know about?
as we say, all things are possible because more and more you're seeing people blatantly going out and robbing banks, and as your friend Fincy Smith had said, or Smith, whatever, I can't remember his name now.
Robert
You see,
Finley Smith.
Robert Fincy Smith, you see people are now emboldened to go out and rob financial institutions. So this might just be a part of the artillery that they are amassing so that you can see more and more robbery in broad daylight taking
Mm-hmm.
place, and
Mm-hmm.
the police being equipped to handle it because whereas it was just a shootout, you are now going to have a unique thing called a bomb that are going to be used in some of these. And I don't want to just say let's pray about it. I want us to be proactive. I want us to be our brother's keeper, and I want us to look around to see how the citizens can be empowered through you educating them on terrorist behavior, what are likely to be used in it, what do you need to do if somebody is threatening to do
Yeah.
carry out violence in the space. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a sad day for us, Jeffrey.
Yes, it is
A small nation like us is a sad day.
very sad. And on that note, let everybody know that come Monday at 7 p.m. Jamaica time, 7 p.m. US, yeah, 7 p.m. Jamaica time, 8 o'clock US time. Our special guest on the program will be former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Miss Novelet Grant. That's come next week, Monday evening at 7 p.m. Jamaica time, 8 p.m. US time. Our special guest will be former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Miss Novelet Grant from the Jamaica Constable Force. She will be on our program. I know Mr. Luke George Cook will be on our program come next week, Monday also. We'll be speaking to Miss Novelet Grant pertaining to the security concern in Jamaica, and what can we do to stem the level of family violence in our country and so forth. So join us next week, Monday, at 7 p.m. Jamaica time, 8 p.m. US time. Our special guest will be retired Deputy Commissioner of Police, Miss Noblet Grant. Luke, your closing remarks, then we can wrap up and say good night to our viewers and listeners from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean.
I just want to encourage Jamaicans right across the length and breadth of the world to remain positive and to remain resolute. As we here at home and abroad, we'll have to come together in the honest, the inescapable web of neutrality to decide that we are not going down without a fight. We're going to fight for the heart and the soul of this country. And therefore, we all have to play our part in advancing the welfare of the entire human race. And on that note, I'd like to say to you and your listeners, thank you for having me. I'm sorry that I am extremely tired, but always delighted to share some thought on one of the more forward thinking programs um, through the World Wide Web. Um, I think it's a good time, Jeffrey, for us to make sure that those subgroups that will look at different strategies that we can introduce to to Jamaica in terms of helping to form better policies position that will enable the people at the bottom, and so they will be able to make better decision from an informed position, and programs and policies that will help to shape the next chapter in the Jamaican history. We have it's a very unique time that this is happening, very timely, but it's a clarion call for action, and I am ready, and I know you are ready, and I know your audience is ready. But while they're ready, so that you can continue to inform the wider Jamaican public about what is happening in Jamaica and how they can help. We have to encourage people to we have to encourage people to continue to have hope and not to lose the sight of hope, because it is hope that will continue to propel us in making a great nation. And Jamaica is a great nation and will become even greater with the contribution of all of us. Collective security for surety.
Thank you, Luke George Cook, human rights activist, political commentator. Thank you for coming onto the program, sir.
You are welcome, Mr. Tavares.
And on that note, I want to say to everyone, for all those cares who has been our concern, the work goes on, the cause endure, the hope still lives, and the dream for a better Jamaica shall never die. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you. May God bless Jamaica land we love. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Join me on Monday morning when I'll be coming to you live from the studios of WZP and WZOP. Also, join me in the evening. My special guest will be retired Deputy Commissioner of Police, Miss Noblet Grant. We'll be speaking about Jamaica's crime pandemic and how can we solve inter-home violence. So join me then when we speak some more about what is going on in the land of wood and water. And also join me on Sunday, the 29th of October, when we're having a security summit between Jamaica and South Africa. We'll be having, our guest will be not retired, still retired, former Interpol ambassador to South Africa, Mr. Andy Mashaila, Herb Nelson Jr., General Godfrey Leby, Wilfred Radigan, and also Luke George Cook, along with Mr. Finzi Smith. They'll be our special guest, and I think we're going to have a member from the political parties will be on our program also to speak about Jamaica's crime problem. It's a good time to have the security summit because now they find pipe bombs in containers in Jamaica. It's a very good time to have the security summit. So tell all your friends and family, we're having a security summit this Sunday. Come on over, listen to us, listen to the expert, go deeper in what is going on in Jamaica and so forth. I want to say good night to Lee from St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Let everybody remember to share the program in St. Kitts and Nevis and ask them to like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon to know when we go live. Click the bell icon to know when we go live. And join us come Monday. Monday evening will be a very robust discussion where retired Deputy Commissioner of Police from the Jamaica Constabulary Force will be my special guest this Monday. Come on over and hear the discussion. As I said before, remember to like, share, and subscribe. May God bless you. May God bless the people of the Caribbean. And may God bless my island home, Jamaica. Until you hear my voice again, have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, everyone.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend.